There are stories governments never wanted you to hear, programs buried in secrecy, experiments conducted on innocent people who never knew they were test subjects. Today, we uncover the most disturbing yet true human experiments in history, experiments that were hidden, denied, and covered up until the truth slipped out. In 1939, a group of orphan children in Iowa became subjects of an experiment known as the monster study, without their consent. Researchers intentionally pressured some of the children psychologically to trigger stuttering. Just to study speech development, many of these children suffered long-term emotional trauma. And the study itself was kept hidden for decades. It wasn't until the early 2000s that the truth finally surfaced, exposing one of the darkest secrets in the history of academic research. During the Cold War, the CIA launched a top-secret program called MKUltra to explore mind control techniques. The goal was chillingly simple: create methods to influence behavior, extract information, and even manipulate memory. Without any informed consent, the CIA experimented on thousands of people, prisoners, hospital patients, soldiers, and even unsuspecting students. They administered powerful psychoactive substances like LSD, with hospitals and universities participating without ever knowing the real purpose behind the studies. When MKUltra was exposed to the public in the 1970s, it caused massive outrage. But by then, many of the crucial records had already been destroyed, leaving the full truth forever unknown. From 1930 to 1972, hundreds of African American men in Tuskegee, Alabama were cruelly misled into participating in a study about syphilis. Researchers told them they were receiving free medical treatment. They were not. For 40 long years, doctors simply observed the progression of their illness without providing proper medication, even after penicillin, a highly effective treatment, became widely available. The horrible truth was only exposed when a brave whistleblower went public in 1972. This is now considered one of the biggest and most disgraceful medical ethics violations in the United States history. During World War II, a covert unit of the Imperial Japanese Army known as Unit 731 conducted truly horrific experiments on prisoners in occupied China. The full, gruesome details remain heavily classified. Even to this day, much of what we know comes from declassified military files and the harrowing testimonies of a few surviving witnesses. The sheer scale and cruelty of the experiments shocked historians worldwide. What's even more disturbing is that many of the researchers involved were granted immunity after the war in exchange for THE data they had collected. In the 1940s, U.S. government researchers conducted secret experiments in Guatemala involving sexually transmitted diseases. Much like the Tuskegee study, the subjects, which included soldiers, prisoners, and mental health patients, were not informed of the true nature of the study and were not treated properly. The truth remained hidden for more than 60 years, until it was discovered by a historian in 2010. The U.S. government eventually issued an official apology, calling the experiments a dark chapter in medical history. Between the 1950s and 1970s, thousands of U.S. soldiers at Edgewood Arsenal were exposed to a wide range of chemical agents. The purpose was to test the effects of these substances on humans. While some soldiers volunteered, many did not fully understand the nature of the experiments or the long-term risks involved. For decades afterward, many veterans struggled with severe health issues they believed were linked to those trials. It wasn't until the 2000s that the government began releasing documents that finally acknowledged the full extent of the tests. These experiments reveal a chilling truth, that in the pursuit of power, knowledge, or national security, human lives have been used as tools hidden behind locked doors and redacted files. But exposing these stories, and remembering the victims, is how we ensure such atrocities never happen again. Thank you for watching. If you want more true stories hidden from the world, don't forget to like and subscribe.